SKOL, Vikings fans. After a whirlwind trip across the pond, our boys are back in Minnesota, soaking in the energy of home sweet home. The team's been grinding through a tough stretch, pulling off a thrilling come-from-behind win against Cleveland in London and battling hard against Pittsburgh. That Week 6 bye, it was a godsend, giving our squad time to heal and recharge for what's next. But hold up, Sunday's game is no ordinary matchup. We're facing the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champs, right here at US Bank Stadium. This is the first home game in nearly a month, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Can our Vikings, 3-2, rise to the challenge and make a statement against a 4-2 Eagles team desperate to snap a two-game skid? What do you think, SKOL Nation? Are we ready to turn US Bank into a fortress and shock the champs? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one's going to be a battle for the ages. Let's talk about the question on every Vikings fan's mind. Who's QB1 for Week 7? J.J. McCarthy, our second-year phenom, is back at practice after a high ankle sprain sidelined him since Week 2 against Atlanta. Coach Kevin O'Connell says McCarthy's been working hard on his lower body mechanics during the bye, but he's staying tight-lipped about whether our young gun is ready to roll. Then there's Carson Wentz, the veteran who's been holding it down with a 2-1 record in McCarthy's absence, throwing for 759 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 picks. But here's the twist. Wentz is nursing a sore left shoulder from a brutal hit in London. O'Connell's not ruling him out, but the injury adds another layer of suspense. Will it be the rookie or the vet under center? SKOL fans, who do you want to see leading the charge against Philly? McCarthy's potential or Wentz's experience? Hit the comments and let's debate this quarterback mystery. The bye week was a lifeline for our injury-ravaged roster, and Vikings news is buzzing with updates. Linebacker Blake Cashman's 21-day practice window is open after a hamstring injury in Week 1, and he could be back to anchor our defense. Offensive lineman Brian O'Neill, Donovan Jackson, and Michael Juergens are also hitting the practice field, which is huge for our battered O-line. Edge rusher Andrew Van Ginkel is making progress with a neck injury, but he's still working on the side for now. Meanwhile, running back Aaron Jones is stuck on injured reserve with a hamstring issue, and center Ryan Kelly's out indefinitely with a concussion. The Vikings are getting healthier, but we're not out of the woods yet. What's your take, Vikings fans? Which return are you most excited for? And how do you think these guys will impact the Eagles game? Let's hear it below. This Sunday marks the 38th time in franchise history that the Vikings face a defending Super Bowl champ, and history gives us hope. We're 12-25 all-time in these games, but 7 of those wins came at home, including a nail-biting 20-19 victory over the Giants in 2008. US Bank Stadium is our turf, and the crowd's gotta bring it to rattle Philly. The Eagles are no pushovers, even after dropping games to Denver and the Giants. With Saquon Barkley in their backfield and a passing game that's still dangerous, they're a formidable foe. But their recent struggles give us an opening. Can our defense, ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass, shut them down? SKOL Nation, are you feeling confident about taking on the champs? Drop your predictions in the comments. Let's see how many of you think we're pulling off the upset. Even without playing in Week 6, the Vikings made waves in the NFL Power Rankings, though it's a mixed bag. NFL.com's Eric Edholm has us at number 19, down 3 spots, citing our QB uncertainty and injury woes. Bleacher Report's Maurice Moton dropped us 1 to number 17, while CBS Sports' Pete Prisco bumped us up 1 to number 16, hyping our big home game. USA Today's Nate Davis has us at number 21, pointing to a brutal upcoming schedule with 4 straight playoff teams. Sporting News and Yahoo Sports peg us at number 17 and number 19, respectively, with both noting the QB decision as a key factor. Are these rankings fair, or are we being slept on? What's your take, Vikings fans? Where do you think we belong in the rankings? Let's get this conversation going in the comments. J.J. McCarthy's journey back from that high ankle sprain is the talk of Vikings news. After missing 3 games, he was back at practice Monday, working on the fundamentals O'Connell loves. Think lower body mechanics and quick decision-making. But here's the kicker. O'Connell's not committing to a start yet, saying it depends on how JJ holds up this week. McCarthy's only thrown for 301 yards with a 58.5% completion rate in 2 starts this season. So there's pressure to step up. O'Connell's been raving about how JJ's learning from Wentz's quick releases and ability to take what the defense gives. Will this prep time pay off? SKOL fans, are you ready to see JJ back in action? Or should we give him another week to heal? Drop your thoughts below and let's talk about our QB of the future. Carson Wentz has been a warrior, stepping in for McCarthy and delivering clutch moments, like that game-winning touchdown to Jordan Addison against Cleveland. But with a sore non-throwing shoulder, his status is up in the air. O'Connell's praising Wentz's poise, noting his 69% completion rate and ability to make plays outside the first read. Here's where it gets juicy. Wentz was drafted 2nd overall by the Eagles in 2016, and a start against his former team would be pure drama. Could this be the revenge game we didn't know we needed? The Eagles are reeling, and Wentz might smell blood in the water. What do you think, Vikings Nation? Should we roll with Wentz for the narrative alone? Hit the comments and tell me if you're hyped for a potential Carson comeback story. Our defense is a bright spot, ranked 6th in the NFL with just 289.8 yards allowed per game and 3rd against the pass at 157.6 yards. Brian Flores is cooking up schemes that could give Philly's offense fits, especially with the Eagles' rushing attack struggling this season. If we force Jalen Hurts to throw, we've got a shot to dominate. The potential return of Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel could be a game-changer. Cashman's a tackling machine, and Van Ginkel's edge pressure alongside Jonathan Greenid could make Hurts' day miserable. The Eagles just lost pass rusher Zadarius Smith to retirement, so our D-line might feast. SKOL fans, how confident are you in our defense? Can Flores outsmart Philly's offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get hyped for some sacks. Our offensive line has been a revolving door, with 3 reserves stepping in during the Cleveland game and a 4th joining later. The good news? Brian O'Neill, Donovan Jackson, and Michael Juergens are back at practice, which could stabilize things. But with Christian Darrisaw on a pitch count in Week 5, we're not fully healthy yet. O'Connell's had to adjust play calling for Wentz, leaning on quick throws to protect him. If McCarthy starts, expect a similar game plan to keep him safe. A solid O-line is key against Philly's fierce pass rush. Can our guys hold up? What's your take, Vikings fans? Are you worried about the O-line, or do you trust our depth? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk protection. Losing Aaron Jones to injured reserve with a hamstring injury hurts. He's out at least one more game, leaving a big hole in our backfield. Cam Akers and Jordan Mason have been elevated to fill the gap, but they've got big shoes to fill. Jones' explosiveness is a game-changer, and we'll miss him against Philly. The bye week gave Jones time to heal, but we're not sure when he'll be back. O'Connell's game plan will likely lean heavier on the passing game, putting more pressure on whoever's at QB. Can our backup step up? SKOL Nation, how do you feel about our running game without Jones? Drop your thoughts below and let's discuss how we keep the ground game alive. The Eagles are 4-2 but limping into Minneapolis after losses to Denver and the Giants. Their once elite rushing attack is one of the worst in the NFL this year, which plays right into our defensive strengths. Saquon Barkley's still a threat, but if we stack the box, we can force Hurts to beat us through the air. Philly's also dealing with injuries, and the sudden retirement of pass rusher Zadarius Smith is a blow to their D-line. This could give our offense a chance to exploit mismatches, especially if our O-line holds up. Are the Eagles vulnerable? What do you think, Vikings fans? Can we capitalize on Philly's rough patch? Hit the comments with your game plan for taking them down. J.J. McCarthy's had a rough start to 2025, with a 20.3 QBR that ranks near the bottom of the league. His Week 2 injury against Atlanta derailed a promising start after a clutch comeback in Week 1. O'Connell's been using the bye to get McCarthy back to basics, focusing on footwork and quicker decisions. Watching Wentz has been a masterclass for McCarthy, especially on taking what the defense gives rather than forcing big plays. If JJ starts, this game could be a defining moment for his confidence and development. Can he silence the doubters? SKOL fans, are you patient with JJ's growth? Or do you want results now? Drop your take in the comments and let's talk about our franchise QB. Carson Wentz has been a revelation, stepping into a tough spot and delivering wins. His 759 yards and 5-2 touchdown-to-interception ratio show he's still got it, even at 32. That clutch pass to Jordan Addison in London was pure veteran savvy. And O'Connell's raving about his ability to make plays under pressure. But that shoulder injury looms large. Wentz took a big hit against Cleveland, and while he played through it, he's sore heading into practice. If he starts, expect him to lean on quick throws to avoid Philly's pass rush. Is Wentz the guy to lead us? What's your vibe, Vikings Nation? Are you riding with Wentz's experience or itching for JJ's return? Let's hear it in the comments. The Eagles game kicks off a brutal stretch, with 4 straight opponents who made last year's playoffs. After Philly, we face a gauntlet that'll test our mettle. USA Today's Nate Davis called it an interesting conundrum, and he's not wrong. Our 3-2 record is solid, but the road gets tougher. O'Connell's got to balance getting McCarthy reps with keeping the team competitive. A win here could set the tone for the rest of the season, especially with our defense firing on all cylinders. Can we make a statement? SKOL fans, how do you feel about this tough schedule? Are we built to handle it? Drop your predictions below, and let's get ready for the grind. Here we are, Vikings fans, on the cusp of a massive home game against the Eagles. Whether it's JJ McCarthy stepping back into the spotlight or Carson Wentz hunting for revenge, this game is our chance to show the NFL we're for real. Let's pack US Bank Stadium with SKOL chants and make it a nightmare for Philly. The injuries, the QB drama, the rankings, it all adds up to one thing. Our Vikings are fighters and we're not backing down. Let's rally behind our team and show the world what SKOL Nation is made of. Who's ready to see us shock the champs? If you're hyped for Week 7, smash that like button, drop your predictions in the comments, and subscribe for all the latest Vikings news. Share this with your fellow SKOL fans, and let's make some noise together. SKOL Vikings.